Alright, this video is going to be on texturing our model. Alright, so I'm going to hide the armature, go to object mode. Let's turn on the picture here so we can look at it. Looks like it's got like a yellow, a black, and a gray. It's only like 3 colors. I'm going to show you guys how I do this, and then you can do it this way if you'd like. But basically, texture painting takes the object and slices it up, kind of like origami. And you know how you like, if you think of like an origami paper, I don't know, origami thing, and you unfold it, and then you could like color the paper and then fold it back up, and the paper would have that color on it. That's what we're going to be doing here, but we need to mark where the computer is going to fold the object. So let's go to edit mode. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell it where I want it to fold the paper. I'm going to go to edge select mode, and I'm going to select like the outline of that black face part there that I have. So alright, something that looks like this. I want all of this area right here to be black, like that face part right there. So if I do, I think it's Control E, yes. Control E, you can say mark seam. And when you do that, it makes a red line. And basically that red line is telling the computer that this part of my model is going to be all by itself when it unfolds it. Okay. Then as you're marking this, you might see, oh, I kind of want to make a little bit of changes. Like you could move like this vertice up if you wanted to make it look a little bit better, like that. I don't know. Or maybe you could move them down to make them look a little bit better. I don't know. But that part right here is what I want to be black. Alright, so now with the arms and legs, it's like the top side of the arm is one color and then the bottom side is another. So I'm going to grab this and I'm going to go, I want these. Oops, I don't want that one. I might have to get close. There we go. So I'm grabbing all of these, and that's going to be one of my seams. So I'll do Control E, mark seam. So that part, that whole part right there, I can make that part gray now. And I'll do this one. Doot 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 doot. I went to edge mode and I'm holding shift and I'm just clicking over and over and over. Alright, Control E, mark seam. So there's the other inside of that. I'll go to his arm here. Let's do this. I don't know what I want to do. I'm like looking at it, trying to decide what I like. Control E, mark seam. And I'm going to try to do the exact, I don't know how I jump like that. I'm going to do the exact same thing on the opposite side. I think it's important to be symmetrical because it makes your life easier, makes it look good. Control E, mark seam. Okay, so I've got those two. The I'm also, let's go around the face. How far did I go over there? It almost looks like another cut right there would be better, but alright, Control E, mark, seam. Okay, the back part looks like it's got like lines for the arms, so you could give yourself a couple marks for those as well. Mark, seam. Looks like I need right there too, mark, seam. I'll do this one here. If I took more time, I'm trying to like do this in one video or whatever, I would probably make more cuts and stuff, but the main part of this is showing you guys how to do it. So if you take more time, your stuff is just going to look better. Okay, I got some cuts there. It's going to alright, so that's basically like origami. You want to cut it, you want to unfold it, and then you can color on those general areas. So I got it all cut. Now let's unfold it, unwrap it. Let's hide this picture here. So I can go and I'm going to press, I think it's U? Yes. U, and then you can do Smart Project, Smart UV Project. I'm just going to, the island part, there's a little bit to discuss on this, but I'm going to just do 0.02 and hit unwrap. Now you're like, what did it do? If you go to texture paint, you can see that it gives you two sections here. The left side is your paper that you're working with, and your right side is your actual character here. Let's go to edit mode and grab all of these. It should show you. I feel like it's not doing what I want it to do. Maybe I need to unwrap it again. Smart UV project, unwrap. There it goes. Okay, so I had to go to texture paint. I had to select the mesh and then go to edit mode. If you press A, it will grab everything. And you press U, and then you can say Smart UV Project. And then you can tell it island margins of 0.02 and then do unwrap. Alright, now what that does is it unwraps your guy into all these little pieces over here. Now, we have no, like, right now it's kind of just blank. There's no, like, picture on there for it to color. So we need to give it a picture. So at the top, I'm going to pull this over here. You can say new, and then give it a name. I'm going to call it Squirt 00. And for the size, I'm actually going to go low detail because I don't want high detail yet. I'm trying to keep my stuff really low. 256. And then I'm going to hit new image. Now it's given me a black image. If I come over here to my guy, I can switch to this little icon here. And how I'm moving this is by using the scroll wheel on my mouse. Click here. And now I can, this is the color, but there's no color on my guy yet. What's going on? Over here on the right hand side, there's a little materials button. I'm going to click on that. And I'm going to say I need a new material. I'm going to call this Squirt 00. Alright, so I've got the Squirt material. And I haven't saved this painting yet. So let's save it. Image. Save as. I'm just going to put this in a spot on my desktop where I'm working on this video. You're going to need to save it in a spot that makes sense for you. I'm just going to call it Squirt Modeling, or Squirt 00, and then I'll do Texture. Save. Alright, so that saved a file. Let me see if I can find it and show it to you. It just saved a picture here, Squirt Texture 00. It is literally just a square of black, which is the same thing that's right there. Okay? I'm going to close this, but you can see it's just a black square. Now we're going to take that black square and we're going to wrap it around our character. How you wrap it around the character is you come over here to the material that you made, and for base color there's a little yellow dot next to it. I'm going to click on that and I'm going to say, hey, I want to use a texture image. And it's going to say, okay, where's your texture image? You're going to go open, and you want to tell it to use the Squirt 00 texture. Just say open. Now, what's wrapped around it is that black square, and it's the same black square that's over here. Now, to paint it, you can use Blender's painting. You could, like, I don't know, pick a color, select a brush. Let's do just this paint thing. I don't know how to like get it started. It's driving me bonkers already. Oh, I didn't select the color. I don't know why it has two. Maybe that one's right click or something. I don't know. Let's do the left one. Let's do a color. RGB red. Okay, here we go. And that's too big of a deal. Okay. Can you see that this part corresponds with his face? Alright, now I'm going to save this. Oh, also look right there. Some of that drawing I just drew bled over onto his arm. So I bet you, or arm or leg. So look right there. You got a little bit of paint on his leg there. Okay, so that's the gist of it. I'm going to save this. So I will go to Image, Save. Okay, so that saved this picture. Remember that deal I was showing you 2 seconds ago? I'm going to pull that back up again when I find it. Here we go. Alright, so here's that same picture. If I open this picture, you're going to notice now that this picture has a spot on it. Now, I could use this program, which is not Blender, to take this picture and I could draw on it. And depending on how good I am at drawing on or using a different program, I could use that program to draw with. I'm obviously not super great with this one. I'm decent with it. Trying to figure out paintbrush, brush size. Okay. Brush size 30. Okay. Alright, so now I just drew on this one. If I save this one, I just saved over it. So you can see now it's got that change. When I come over here to Blender, and it reloads. I don't know if I have to tell it to reload or something. Let's just save this. I don't know why it's not automatically popping up. Open image. Texture. Oh, there it goes. I had to like reopen it. But there, now you can see that I drew on this with a different program just then. Okay. Now you can texture paint right here. Before I was talking to you guys about the UV islands. Let's take a look at that again. So if I do U and Smart Project, and under the UV islands or the island margin, if you make that bigger, it'll make the pieces smaller, so your drawing can be, you could move the pieces around and give yourself a little bit more space. I'm going to leave it the way it was. I'm also going to, let's put it back to this black. Alright, black. Alright, there we go. Alright, another way to paint this is like this. Go to edit mode, do the faces select, and then select the places that you want. You know, we should use the gray first. Let's do gray first. So let's do anywhere that I want to be gray. I'm going to select all of those gray spots. All of those. This one. I also wanted to do some gray on his arms. I just grabbed something I didn't want to grab, so I have to ungrab that. Okay. I want all these to be gray. Alright, that's pretty much all the gray stuff I want. Now I can do holding shift and do H. That will hide everything else. Alright. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to do two things. I'm going to go to fill. Where's this? Fill. I'm going to select a color. I want to do a yellow. How do I just do a yellow? Okay, here we go. Yellow. I'm going to start by filling everything yellow. And then I'll come over here and I'll go to texture paint. I'll go to fill and I'm going to select a gray. So I just filled it in like with the bucket tool over there. Now over here I'm on texture paint mode. I'm not on edit mode anymore. So I'm going to grab a gray. Something that looks like more gray. I don't know how great these colors are. What you can do if you don't know what color to select, you can go to the internet and literally type hex code gray, and they'll give you some that are the codes for them. Light gray, dark gray, charcoal. Let's grab this light gray. So I've got that. I'm going to drop that code in right there. It gives you a gray, and you could fill it in. So there's gray. You'll notice when I did the fill and I clicked, it just filled up only those spots. Alright, I'll go back to edit mode, and this time I'll do Alt H, and that brings everything back. Alright, I'm going to repeat this process again. So I'm in edit mode. This time I'm going to select all those spots that I want to be black. So like there, this one, this one. I want those to all be black. I don't think I did the edges on these, and you're going to see what happens when you don't do that. Sometimes I wonder how many of you students are actually paying attention to these videos. I know that if you do, it will 100% help you, because this is just what I had to learn whenever I was trying to make this stuff. But okay, so the legs on the legs right here, they don't have the seams. I didn't mark the seams, right? But I did mark the seams for the arms. So right there. Oh, I should have made that. Let me make this top part black too. I'll go ahead and make that black, the tip. And this tip. Alright, so I want all those to be black. Alright, so I'm going to repeat the same process. Shift H. Now I'm going to go to texture paint mode again. I'm going to select a black. Black's easy to do. And I'm going to click. And looky there. The top ones with the seams, you'll notice the seamed ones look straight and perfect. The ones that did not have a seam, look what they look like. Alright, so to go back, I'll go to edit mode. I'll go Alt H. And if you click too many times or whatever, you can definitely get yourself in trouble. But looky there. He's got a face with his deal. The top part looks, these are straight lines. They look really nice and crisp. But if you look at the ones on the back of his legs, where I did not mark any seams, those are not straight lines. They look jaggedy and they look kind of weird. So this is, oh, I missed that one. So what I'm going to do is I'll click this face, Control H. I'll go to weight paint or texture paint. I'll fill it in. And notice it didn't have seams, so it gave me all that stuff. And then Alt H will take me back. Alright, this is how you can texture paint your guy. One really important thing is to make sure you save it. So over here on this picture I keep bringing up that you're probably like, Mr. Eversole, why do you keep showing me this? Over here in Blender it's painted, but in the actual real world it still looks like this. Make sure you save it. How do you save it? It's not just Control S. You have to click over here on this image thing and you have to say save. When you do that, it will update on your picture. So if I reopen this one, you'll see that it changed it. So there's my picture. It's changed. Now my character will also have that wrapping on him. Alright, so that's a good video, I think. Longer video, but good. Alright. See y'all in the next one.